Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakudash. I want to give double honors to our apostles and bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. All right. On the high spirit, we're in Judah. All right, the GMS Mississippi camp. And today I want to go into a live stream entitled "The Making of a King." All right, the making of a king. All right, and this live stream has been inspired by meditation on the process of making us or joining us into Yahweh Bashim Shai. All right, as it's said in a particular movie that I mention all the time, Alexander. You know, you make a king through suffering, man. All right, you develop a king through suffering. And going back to this movie Alexander, where Alexander was talking to his dad. In one video, I'm just gonna take the scene. I'm gonna put it in the video, But Alexander was talking to his dad, King Philip of Macedonia, and King Philip of Macedonia was explaining to Alexander that his father threw him in battle before he even knew how to fight. All right, his father threw him in battle or put him in battle before he even knew how to fight. And he said he resented his dad, all right, when that happened. But now he's grown to understand why his father did that. Because he said, kings aren't born, they're made, and they're made through sufferings, man. All right, so Yahweh Shema Shai, he'll throw his sons out there, man. Yahweh Shema Shai, he'll throw you out there, man. All right, whatever it may be, he'll put you in situations where you get broken in, man. And you be like, what the hell? All right, it'll be traumatic. All right. It could be anything from, a trial, like a death in the family. It could be a heartache, your woman to leave you. And you be like, damn, I ain't know it's going to happen like this. The Most High throwing your ass out there, man. He putting you out there, man. It's like you have a son or you have a dad, and the dad has his son playing football, right? But the son might be young. But the dad or the coach might say, nah, go and put his ass out there. You got to get broken into this thing, man. All right? All right, you got to get broken into this thing. And the Most High is not doing that because he's just overbearing, all right, God, all right? He's manufacturing something, man. All right? Kings aren't born, they're made. And they're made through sufferings, man. They're made through hardships, all right? And King Philip of Macedonia, all right? King Philip of Macedonia, he was like, your mother won't let you suffer. Your mother won't allow you to suffer, and that'll make you weak, son. He was like, your mother she's too afraid to allow you to suffer, and that'll make you weak, man. And I know that from personal experience, man. All right, you have to have that balance, man. All right, that's why a lot of us, we were either raised by women or we was raised under the vibration of women. All right, we were never pushed. We were never challenged. All right. We were just nourished and babied, man. So when you come into this truth, and the Most High put your ass out, he'll put you out there, man. All right? That's why the scriptures go into this strange affliction, all right? But the Most High is not doing it in vain, all right? That's how the Heavenly Father operates, man. He'll take his son and put him out in the game early. Like, just go and put him out there, all right? But then you eventually learn how to learn how to adapt, man. All right? And see, if you grow up in the church, all right, you grow up under that Roman Catholicism, that Christianity, you don't understand the mindset of Yahweh. You don't understand what Yahweh does to his boys, man. Yeah, those Abba's boys, man, he trained them different, man. And his daughters. All right? But those are Abba's boys, man. Like he got his own program with his boys, man. All right? See, it's the making of a king, and the making of a king is through suffering, man. Suffering develops you, man. Hey, as they say in the world, no pain, no gain. But if there's no emotional pain, if there's no mental strain and mental challenge, then you can't develop mentally, man. How do you develop mentally? Through adversity. Adversity is the gymnasium for kings, all right? Adversity is the gymnasium for kings, man. And what I've learned about adversity, the Most High trains you to keep your calm in adversity. All right. He trains you to keep your calm in adversity and understand that even though things seem panicky, there's still a way out, because this is the Most High making a king. He's grooming you, man. Because if you never get made into a king, if you never get developed into a king, you're gonna be a weak ass king in rulership. You're gonna be a feeble king, all right, where other kingdoms can, overthrow, which that's not gonna happen in real time in the kingdom. But you have to be suited for that position. You see, now I know what it means to be suited for something, like you being tailored for something, man. All right, you have to develop into that position of being a king, and it starts through navigating through adversity, not allowing adversity to break you, man. All right, and what did our Lord say? And He's already passed the trial. He said, "If you suffer with me, you shall reign with me." Yahweh Shah suffered. Now He's about to reign, but we have to suffer with Him. We have to go through that same process, man. All right. Kings get made through sufferings. Kings get made through adversities, man. All right. And suffering is like roach spray to weakness. Suffering is like repellent to weakness, man. Like I said, the thing that's so interesting about this is that a lot of us had a poor foundation. Even if you had your dad in your life or whatever it may have been, all right, you wasn't being molded by Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay? So when the scripture says that, they that are of Yahweh Shai, a new creature, you're literally or spiritually being born again. But now that means that you're being raised and brought up by a higher power. We're being developed by a higher power. We're being molded by a higher power, man. All right? It's something that me and the brother was talking about earlier. Brothers in this truth, a lot of us brothers have been doing videos for years, man. And you do videos such as this, and you edify who you edify. And brothers and sisters say shalom, and people are familiar with your face when you do a live stream with your picture on it. But a lot of us brothers haven't properly developed our character, man. All right? A lot of us brothers haven't properly developed our character. We use the scriptures, all right? We use the scriptures to teach the word and break down who the Israelites are, which is beautiful. That's not to say you should stop doing it, but we never use the scriptures to develop our character, man. All right? Why is the Most High putting you in a situation where you're going months and maybe years without a woman, man? All right? Not having a woman is not set up for you to be miserable about not having a woman. That's the time where you develop yourself, man. Develop your character. All right, work on your character flaws, man. He's making you, he's developing you, man. All right? And even the losses that we've taken and the mistakes that we've made, what did that engender? What do you learn from that? All right? What do you learn from that, man? One thing about the character of Yahweh Shai, like they say the difference between a mother and a father. A mother will love you, but the father raises you. All right? Or something to that effect. A mother will nourish you, but the father, he'll raise you. See, Abba is raising us, man. So he'll put things in your life that makes you fall and makes you spiritually fall on your ass, or whatever it may have been, because the Most High is developing you, man. You got to get back up and fight. We were set up to lose some of these battles. All right, we were set up to have vices and weaknesses that seem hard to conquer. Some brothers got addictions, and they've allowed those addictions to handicap them. A brother allowed addiction to handicap him when he started justifying it, man. Stop justifying it and overcome it, because you got to be made into this. You got to be made into a king. How we gonna bark at Israel and we haven't overcome our character flaws and our vices and our weaknesses, man? Kings aren't born, they're made. All right? You see? Yahweh Shai overcame the flesh. All right? We have to overcome the flesh. All right? In the sense that we have to dominate our flesh, man. And that's how you overcome. All right, before we can overthrow Babylon, we got to overcome Babylon. But the way you overthrow Rome and the way you overthrow Babylon, all right, per se, is that you overcome the weakness in you or the vices in you, all right, that empowers Babylon. All right. Your lust empowers or it activates woman worship. All right. Your lack of self-control, it activates the overindulgence nature of this place, man. All right. Your lack of self-control with food or liquor, it keeps the bars open 24/7. So the lust in you, all right, the insatiable nature in you, all right, it empowers your enemy's kingdom. So the way you overcome your enemy's kingdom, all right, is to overcome yourself. Hey, shalom, brother. Yahabashma Shabbat Shabbat Dash Brakatah. And shalom to you, Akim and you Aqua, who are tuning into this live stream, man. All right. All right. But the way we overcome this, overcome this kingdom is to overcome ourself. Excuse me. All right. But once you overcome yourself, you overthrow the kingdom, man. Or you overthrow the kingdom, man. All right. But we're being made into kings. And the more I understand this, the more I look back at situations and see how the Most High was molding me. All right. Sir, you could go out here and bark at Israel and you can say all these things in theory, but then you got weak spots. But you don't have weak spots just to be like, damn, I got a weak spot. That's to have a realization, okay, this is where I'm weak at, and then you start to develop, man. But certain things you can't read a book and now you're strong. All right. You can't read an article on, now you're strong in that area. Sometimes you got to get put out there. All right, put on your ass, and then that makes you stronger. The Most High can only push you in battle so long till you learn how to swing your fucking sword, man. Excuse my language. But the Most High you can only get thrown in battle so long till you start to figure out some stuff. Like I gotta start swinging my sword, man. You can only get punched in the face so long till you learn how to put your guard up, man. Okay, I can't walk around here with my guard down. I got to put my guard up, man. All right? See? But that's Abba molding his men. That's Abba molding his men, man. He'll throw you out in battle. All right? Because he has an intention. And that intention is to mold you for a position of rulership. All right? Kings aren't born. They're made. GMS sober-minded. Overcoming self, one of the hardest fought battles in this war. And you know what? And it's not just like, it's so many departments to self. It's so many compartments to yourself. It's not just your lust. It's your ego. It's your fear. You see? It's your thirst. As it says in Sirach, like, let not the greediness of the belly overtake me. Okay? It's so many compartments to self, man. All right? Then you realize that a lot of things that overcome you, demons, they set up a false reality into your mind. Low self-esteem, poor self-image, a lack of confidence. A lot of that comes from a false reality in your mind. All right? Then when you read, I want to say Matthew 8, Yahweh Shah was going down a line healing people. All right? Then it goes on to tell you that Yahweh Shah was healing demons out of people. So every ailment that he healed, he was really just rebuking the demons out of people, man. So if somebody, for instance, was blind or somebody was lame, it was a demon that made them blind. It was a demon that made them lame. Okay? All right? Because it went on to say he healed the unclean of the demons out of them, man. So even with us, man, a lot of the vices that we have, it's just a demon in us amplifying those vices. A lot of belief systems that we have lingering from the old man that hinders us in this truth, it's really a demon giving you a false reality in your mind. I have reason to believe people who are anorexic, to where they look in the mirror and they always see an overweight person, so they starve themselves and starve themselves. All right, I believe that's a demon giving them a false reality in their mind when they look in the mirror. All right, that cause them to ruin themselves, man. All right. Eve look in the mirror and she sees that, well, I have too much pigment, I'm gonna bleach my skin. She has a demon inside her mind, man. Like you look at Lil' Kim from like the Junior Mafia days to the Lil' Kim now, what made her do shit like that, man? All right, it's a demon, man. All right, because our people, we look like royalty by nature. We ain't got to change nothing. All right. So it's a lot of things that we have to overcome in this society before we come into rulership. Like I said, our beastly devices, but also those false realities in our mind, all right, in our body, it adds energy and emotion to, which makes it seem as though it's real, man. All right. All right. But this is the making of a king. Like I said, like I said, going months without a woman. All right. That's not for you to be sitting in front of and I speak as a man on this, but that's not for you to be sitting in front of your computer and all you're doing is looking at women. No, you got to figure something out. How do I overcome this? All right. I know Abba going to give me what I need in due season, but how do I overcome solitude? Or how do I overcome being weak in solitude, man? So instead of me sitting around and just looking at women in my phone, maybe I should start being productive outside of doing the works. Maybe I should start to exercise more. Maybe I should start to look up different information outside of the house. Go to the library or go to a bookstore and start to read different things, all right, pertaining to the ministry or just pertaining to your own hobbies, man. See, the Most High put you in situations where the answer is not immediately there. You got to start figuring stuff out, man. The Most High has to develop you. All right, because if you're weak until you get a woman, all right, you're gonna be weak with that woman, and it's still gonna be a rough situation, man. All right, the Most High have you go a length of time without a job because this particular period of time, He has to develop you, man. He has to build you up in the knowledge, but also build you up in fortitude, man. Build you up in the spirit. All right. So it's one thing for us to know, the book of Daniel, Revelation. That's imperative, but you also have to know you, as it says in the scripture, prove thy soul and thy life, and that which is evil for it, give not that unto it, man. But how do you know what's good or bad for you if you never got a chance to know you? If you never got a chance to have trial and error, man, you got to know you, man. Because if you don't understand that, all right, you're gonna keep putting yourself in the same position. You're never gonna develop. We have to evolve. All right, let me see. Shadow of thy wings, 12 tribes, Ephesians 4:22, that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust. Verse 23, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. You see, verse 24, and that ye put on the new man, which after Yahweh is created in, I read that again, and that ye put on the new man, which after Yahweh is created in righteousness and true holiness. Okay? Brother GMS Sober-Minded, it says, Khan Seneca wrote, it's not activities that disturbs people, but false conception of things that drive them mad. Damn. Wisdom of Solomon 6:20. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. And that reminds me of the scripture in Proverbs 18. Through desire, a man having separated himself, seeketh and intermeddleth with all things, man. And you're going to find out that the most fertile breeding grounds is solitude, man. So a lot of brothers, solitude for them, or not having a companion or a woman, that's like a heavy shield. They don't know how to use that heavy shield, man. A lot of us don't know how to hold that heavy shield of solitude up, man. All right. But when they become more developed and they start to realize how to utilize that time, then that's that king being molded. Because now what do? All right, you start to embrace wisdom. You looking up different things. You learning different things. And Yahweh Shai, he really sups with brothers in solitude, man. Let's say you got a family. Well, hey, when the house is asleep, spirit might wake you up. That's when you might start reading. Or people might be at work and you might be at the house. The perfect breeding grounds, all right, is solitude, man. But we have to understand. And like they got this song in the movie, The Prince of Egypt, look at your life through heaven's eyes, man. You have to look at your life from the perspective of Yahweh Shai. All these circumstances are mechanisms that's gonna mold a certain mindset. So the Most High is molding a certain mindset, man. And that mindset is a ruling class mindset. All right, and the first steps is unplugging from this society, all right? Controlling your flesh, ruling over your flesh, all right? But then when you start to unplug from this society, Yahweh Shai starts to put inside of your spirit a ruling class spirit, man. Even Esau has something called high culture and low culture. What I've learned is that when you unplug from, black culture, which is definitely low culture, all right, the Most High starts to put inside your spirit a more aristocratic mindset. Now, every brother isn't a carbon copy of each other, but I have noticed that when you unplug from this degenerate culture, the Most High gives you more ruling class spirit, man. All right? The making of a king. You see? And like I said, it's a process, and it's full of trial and error. We're not going to win every battle, but it's all about learning from every battle. You might not win every battle, but you learn from every battle, okay? Because the race isn't given to the swift, okay? And when you fall and get back up, that's called developing your character, man. All right? Hence the analogy with the tortoise in the hare, or the tortoise in the hare, man. All right, the hare is like a brother that woke up to the truth. He learned everything in a short period of time. He skyrocketed, and he ran as fast as he can, and he became proud and complacent. All right, but yet the tortoise, all right, he might have struggled with certain breakdowns. He might have got rebuked a lot, got reproved. Slow in learning, but he was diligent. You see, but when he got rebuked and reproved, that helped develop his character. Although the process didn't feel good to the ego, all right, that helped develop his character. He became more sure. He became more grounded, you see, more solid and full of substance, as opposed to the hare, which is just fast. All right. And we honestly want to be more like the tortoise, all right, that gets everything, that absorbs every part of the race, man, and learns everything from the journey, man. And ultimately what happened, the tortoise wins, man. Okay. Because it's one thing to have the knowledge, which that's essential, but you also have to develop. The Most High has to develop you, and he develops you through sufferings to where you become numb to adversity. And when you become numb, now your mind still functions. See, once you're a baby in this thing, or you inexperienced and adversity happens, you lose your mind. You get shaky and you get panicky. But it happens over and over again to the point where you become numb and you become callous, but now your mind still functions. And you're able to navigate through adversity, man. And that's a king mind right there, man. You see? That's a kingly mind, all right? But the Most High molds you through sufferings, man. He molds you through adversities, man. And we have to understand what's going on with us in third person. Look at our life through heaven's eyes, man. All right, but with that, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Chakudash, double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessed house, David the elect. Abba, Abba, Kom Yashala, Shalom.